Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lazy Cat Reactions. As you can tell from the title, this is episode 7 of season 10 of Heartland, Riding Shotgun. Georgie has regrets about having asked Adam for more space. Lou is taken aback after Mitch buys her a horse and tries to interpret his gesture. I mean, Mitch buying her a horse is not necessarily something that you do unless you have intentions on something. But at the same time, it may be completely innocent. We'll see. And the thing about Georgie saying that she regrets asking Adam for more space, I'm guessing that he's basically gonna be all but blowing her off. Maybe them hanging out in school, but then, damn it, don't you hate that when you have a spot and you can't get it? Maybe they'll be hanging out in school, but then maybe after school she wants to do something and he says no, which is why she regrets it. Because as we saw, she had commented to him about that she missed him and she would have gone with him to that science thing, but then he kind of blew. She makes a valid point. Let us have time to miss each other. But also, if you enjoy spending time with your SO, then you should want to. I mean, that's, kind of the whole thing about when people get married. They get married because they want to spend their lives with that person, spend time together. You can say that work is a good separator because, you go to your work and your spouse goes to his or her work, and then, you've got some time away. I think I've said this before, that I personally don't think I could date someone in the same profession or marry someone in the same profession. You see it all the time. You'll see, like in this show, like Tim dating Casey, who's in the rodeo, or other shows where, like on Nancy Drew, Carson Daly was Carson Drew, I should say Carson Daly. Carson Drew is dating a DA, a district attorney, and I think if he's not a district attorney, he's definitely an attorney, but he might be a DA as well. But still, even though they're both in the same profession, they're trying different cases, but they're still in the same profession. And for me, I don't think I'd want that. I think that would be too similar of careers for each other. And again, that's just personally me. If any of you are dating or married to someone in the same profession as you, let me know in the comments how you make it work. But like I said, again, this is just my personal opinion. I would rather we have separate careers. Like my SO, he works in construction, works in the warehouse for a company that sells commercial doors. So he works, of course, on making sure orders are filled and everything. And he's like the go-to guy for this one company who gives them a majority of their business. So, he's pretty valuable there. And I think that's great. And me, I don't know anything about construction. But even if I had been curious about it, I would be like, if I'm going to go into it, obviously I'd make sure it was a different location. I definitely wouldn't want to work at his branch or his location. But that's why I'm happy that he does that, and then I can do something that's completely different. Because that way you have different stories to share and different experiences, which isn't a bad thing. And then when you come together, obviously you can share those stories, and I just think it makes you stronger as a couple. So that's me, so you can see like work and stuff as a way to have time apart, but then I think it makes your time together so much more precious. So I think with Georgie, she's going to figure out that she wants to spend time with Adam, and now she's going to have to talk to him about it. And I think they'll come to a conclusion. Let's get started. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I love the cinematography of the show. You know, all the beautiful scenes that they have. I love how she's driving Ty's truck. She misses her husband, obviously. She must be over the morning sickness now.
Where is he anyway? He wasn't at the do ranch.
Said he had something
Buddy.
he had to do. It's a good hand. You're getting plenty of bang for your buck. That's what
Yeah,
you're
Lou,
worried
just
about.
chill out.
I know, I'm just feeling stressed, that's all.
Good.
Feeding your horse for life.
I'm showing Mom this special picture of his portrait.
I mean, I get it with Adam wanting to spend
That's what I was
time,
looking for.
you know?
I
It's great, but
Lou, how about the other day?
whoops.
I don't have time for that, Mitch. And you know what? Neither do you. Because I have a bunch
Oopsie.
of things I need done at the Dude Ranch if you have time in your busy schedule. For me?
What a beauty. Helen. Yeah, thanks.
Bought me a horse.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch, for buying me a horse. That would have been the appropriate response.
Sent me a message. I mean, her name is Venus, right? The goddess of love.
Georgie has boy problems.
You have ballet. Why don't you go and get
He's getting rid of Katie.
Thanks, honey.
I keep going on and on about me when I should be. Oh my god. I completely forgot. Today was your midterm ultrasound, right? So? Am I getting a niece or a nephew?
I didn't ask.
Why
She
not?
wants-
Because I'm not sure I want to know.
Okay, well you might want to reconsider that, Amy, because knowing ahead of time makes planning a lot easier.
All right, try to shoot in the air to scare them off if you see them. Don't try to shoot the animal. Maybe if you can just scare them off, then it'll be okay. And, you know, I get the whole thing about, yeah, maybe you know, go someplace where you can't have an animal, but, you know, personally, like, I would never be able to abandon my babies. If something happened and I couldn't take them with, I would make sure that they are with people I loved and trusted, and I would definitely make sure to come back. But, you know, like, I remember when I moved here, you know, my husband was excited for me to move in, you know. I think he was looking forward to 2 cats, and then of course we adopted our 3rd one. And, you know, there's a meme I've seen on Facebook, and it says, I will never move and not take you with me. I will never let you hurt. I will never let you starve. I'll never abandon you. You know, and it kind of goes on. But yeah, you know, I remember, like, as I was petting them during the move, and I was just like, I will never move and not take you with me because you're family. So, that pot-bellied pig, which I've heard do make good pets. And George Clooney had one for a while, I think. You know, they're family. You share your lives with these animals. You share your happy moments, your sad moments, you know, times when you're sick, times when you're happy. You spend holidays with them. You've made a commitment to this animal to feed it and take care of it and love it. And me personally, I just do not get how some people can just be so callous and abandon them. You know, what I want to do when that happens is I want to ask them, would you do that to your kids? Would you ever just abandon your kids And if you say no, then I'd say, then why would you do that to an animal? Well, the animal can take care of itself. Well, you don't know that. Especially if you declaw a cat. If you declaw a cat and leave it outside, it doesn't stand a shot. But, you know, you're making an assumption. Personally, I'd rather leave the kid out in the wild. Be like, here. I don't get it. So I like that they had to move and that they at least took Petunia to an animal reserve where she will be looked at and taken care of. At least they didn't just like abandon her on the side of the road. So that's a help. And if you do have to, it is good to take them someplace. But I've seen so many pictures of dogs and cats that have been left in shelters, even if the humans didn't want to. And of course they're just sad because they know they've been abandoned. Anyone who thinks animals don't have feelings has never looked into their eyes. Anyone who thinks they don't have souls has never looked into their eyes.
My reading's kind of fallen off. Pick it up again, Amy. Knowing what's going on in your own body will help you feel more confident and in control.
Yeah, maybe knowing what's going on in your own brain will help you feel more confident.
Valid point.
And then...
Yeah, let's go.
Well, valid point. They can each do some of their own stuff, but then still go to a movie or have dinner or ride, you know?
I'm gonna head down to these trees and I'll call them from there.
Well, you can make predator calls?
I'm not bad if I do say.
Savant
I don't know.
things.
Pigs have a big appetite. It's weird.
Whoa.
That's a little tail.
These are in the cabin. I'll drive.
You only have your learners.
I know I only have my learners, but the clinic isn't that far.
It's a life or death situation.
Where are the cabin keys? Last time I had them was when we fed Petunia.
That's what she
What if
ate.
they fell into her pen? What if she swallowed them?
Oh my god. Petunia's sick because of me.
I'll say something like that, life or death situation, I'd be like, you know what, we're trying to save the pig. Drive. But, yeah, Georgie should have taken better care of those keys. She should have made sure that they were in a secure, like, inner pocket or something. In a secure location. Poor little baby. It seemed like she was having trouble breathing, so they'll get her taken care of. But, you know, like Amy's right. Both of them are right. Lou is right that Amy should be making decisions because, yeah, Amy does seem to not really want to make any decisions regarding the baby. And Lou also isn't really making decisions in terms of, you know, what she wants to do regarding Mitch or even regarding Peter, because, you know, Peter had talked about saying, I have a few minutes if you want to talk. I think, I could be wrong, but I think Peter's still kind of trying to see if he can get her back. Because, you know, at the end of last season, he had told her that. He had said that when he saw her ring, he realized, like, it all came crashing on him. He said he felt like he was being ripped apart. And that he realized just how important Lou was. And then when she kind of turned him down, you know, obviously it hurt, but I have a feeling maybe he's still kind of trying a bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know? Like I said, I notice his ring is off now, so. And where's Caleb? We haven't seen him at all yet this season. Or have we? No, I don't think we have. But, yeah, you know, Amy's right too. Lou needs to make a decision herself. Like, if she wants to pursue something with Mitch, then she needs to sit down and talk to him, and they need to work it out. if she doesn't want to, then she needs to decide. Lou is also correct. Amy and Ty need to get on it making some decisions regarding the baby. You know, like Lou was saying that Amy should find out the sex, and it's like, it does make planning easier to know if you're having a boy or a girl, but some people honestly don't want to know. I think she could tell Lou, I'm holding off until Ty gets back. I think that's fair. Some people don't want to know the sex. And that's fine too. Some want that element of surprise. I think Amy still hasn't totally comprehended that a baby changes everything. She seemed, because it seems like it's starting to sink in that it's going to. But obviously she's trying to hold on to as much of her life as she can. And I'm thinking, it's one of the many reasons why I don't have kids, because I didn't want my life to change. My life has changed enough as it is. I didn't want to add another person into the mix.
No one is answering. It's up to us. We've got to do this.
What are you doing?
Breaking in. Is that where Bob lives? Does he live at the reserve? Okay. If a wolf is doing that, it means they're too close to a den. Because generally wolves don't attack. They only attack if they feel threatened. That's the bad thing, is wolves kind of get a bad rap. Wolves are beautiful creatures. And they sometimes get a bad rap as attacking. So if that wolf is that close like that, it means that they're close to its den. And it's protecting its den, or it's sick. So either way it feels threatened because of them. And Mitch is...
Shoot it.
No, don't. No. Don't shoot it. Shoot by it. Spook it. Spook it. Shoot by it. Spook it.
What the hell?
Be still kind of hoping that...
Yeah, that's...
Is Petunia okay? You see, I get that they are being parents and they need to, but they should also give Adam and Georgie credit. They're like, there are other avenues, and I'm like, but they called people and no one was answering. What the hell were they supposed to do? My attitude is, they needed to save the pig's life, and sometimes you do whatever it takes. Now, hopefully, we haven't heard, but hopefully Petunia's okay. But I'm just like, I wish that they would acknowledge that and say, we get why you did it, you wanted to save Petunia, and that is great. I love that you were putting this pig's life as a priority. So they need to at least acknowledge the good thing instead of just completely coming down on the kids the way they are. And I like how Georgie was also saying, this was my idea, not Adam's, trying to get him out of being in trouble. I like how his dad's the cop too. My question is, did Adam call his dad? Because maybe his dad could have sent someone to get the pig.
Shady's got a surprise for you.
You do?
This is you having a big apple.
Petunia's gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Got it. She's already improving. So you probably saved her life.
See?
Thanks for coming, son.
No problem.
So at least give her credit for that.
Hey, how's Venus doing?
Really great, actually.
That's good to hear.
How are you? You look a little tired.
Actually, I'm great.
I signed up for a prenatal class.
I wish I could be there with you right now.
Me too.
How was the appointment? Is that the ultrasound?
Yep. I've been waiting to look at it with you. The nurse said that a trained eye might be able to tell if it's a boy or a girl.
Well, do you want to know?
I don't think I want to know. Is it okay with you if we keep it a surprise?
To be honest, as long as our baby is healthy, I'm good either way.
Good.
Mitch, no wonder you wanted to be alone. I'm so sorry.
Venus is a beauty. You notice he mentioned something about invoice, and he had mentioned to Jack that, yeah, things are complicated, but he was kind of moving on. It's like Lou finally got to the point where she wants to pursue something, and now Mitch is kind of done, which is something I said that will happen, that a person, a human, will only wait a certain amount of time. Now, some might wait years if they feel it's going to go somewhere. Obviously, Mitch is kind of getting to the point where he doesn't feel it's worth anything, which is why he looks like he's starting to move on, since he said something about an invoice. But I'm glad that she said she wants to keep Venus. He does make a valid point. You know, she grew up on a ranch and doesn't have a horse. I mean, Amy has Spartan. Jack had Paint and now has Buddy. And Georgie has Phoenix. And it was nice to see Monty in the previous episode too. So, you know, it is nice now that there will be Venus there, and the only female pretty much. That there will be one. And I do, from what little I've seen, I try not to look too much up because I don't want to really have any spoilers. But like when I'm trying to find the posters for the seasons that you see at the beginning of each video, sometimes just looking and trying to find one, I might see something that way. So I know that there is something that happens with Mitch because I've seen him kind of going forward. So I have a feeling that Mitch is kind of going to be like the new Peter. But I don't really know much more than that. I just know that Mitch stays around for a bit. You know, and then Lou made a valid point about if things don't work out, what about him being a ranch hand? And I'm thinking, if he's not professional enough to continue to do his job, even if things don't work out, then he's not worth his weight as a ranch hand, you know? I mean, with being a ranch hand, if things didn't work out, it's not like they would see each other all the time. And you act like a freaking adult and a freaking professional, and you get it done. And I do like how even though Georgie and Adam are grounded, they're happy that they saved Petunia's life. They said it makes it all worth it, which I agree, it does. And I hope that Lou and Peter and his father acknowledge that too. I know his father isn't really that big, the whole thing with the animals, but when they explained about Petunia, he was like, okay. And you know, Georgie said she'd called people, and I thought, did they call his dad? Because I know his dad was working and everything, but you know, with his dad being a cop, his dad could have called in for someone to come get Petunia, like animal control or something, to come get Petunia and take her. Or he could have put in a call to have a certain vet come there to take her. Anyways, even if it wasn't Cass, you know, the cops would have those resources. So it seems like they did not think of all possibilities. But regardless, they saved Petunia, and she's a cute little pot-bellied pig. If any of you have a pot-bellied pig for a pet, let me know down in the comments. Thank you for joining me for episode 7 of season 10 of Heartland. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the notification bell to be alerted of future Heartland Reacts. If you can, check out some of my other videos. I would greatly appreciate it. And support me on Buy Me a Coffee. You can catch the link to my editor in the description. If you need someone for your editing needs, please give her a shout out. I will see you in the next video. Bye.